Not learning off-camera flash. That is one of the biggest mistakes a professional photographer can make. In today's video, I wanted to go over why I believe that is, and also give you a couple of different scenarios to go with those reasons as well. I would also just like to say that I actually do love and appreciate natural light photography, but still strongly believe that it would be beneficial to you and your clients to know how to use off-camera flash in case you ever want to use it or need to use it, which is definitely the case with one of my favorite photographers and another YouTuber, Irene Rudnick. She is a master of natural light photography and also uses off-camera flash whenever she wants to use it. And I'm definitely envious of her natural light photography skills because that is something that I wish I could get a little bit better at. I'm not making this video to bash natural light photography or photographers. It's something that is definitely a challenge for me, so I definitely appreciate it. But I just want to give you guys reasons why you should learn off-camera flash and not limit yourself as a photographer, and instead add off-camera flash into your tool belt in case you ever need to use it. And before I get started, if you could let me know in the comment section below if you use off-camera flash right now, or if you still use just natural light, and maybe why you only still use natural light. And also give this video a quick like. And while you guys do that, while you're giving the video a like and leaving a comment, I'll let you guys know about today's sponsor, which is Adorama. Adorama is an industry-leading retailer that has been serving photography, videography, and audio customers for almost 50 years now. Their motto is everyone is a creator, and they do their best to unleash that creator within us all by providing us with the tools and expertise necessary to get the job done. I personally shop at Adorama for both the great deals on products I use and recommend, but also the great customer service on those products as well. If you find yourself interested in anything I talk about in today's video, check the links that will be in the description area below, and be sure to use those links if you decide to order. The first scenario that I wanted to give you guys is going to be a very bright sunny day at either noon or 1 p.m. where it's nasty and overhead. You could get by only using natural light, but you're going to be way better off if you know how to use off-camera flash as well. Two of the solutions that I usually see when it comes to shooting on a bright sunny day with only natural light is either using a diffuser or sticking to shaded areas. You might be saying to yourself, well, with off-camera flash, you usually have a light setup on a stand as well. What's the difference between that setup? Well, you can add a lot of weight to that and it won't affect the position of the light so much, and also the stand, you're able to hold the stand down. But with that diffuser, you're very limited to that surface area that it's providing, and that's going to catch wind very easily. And if you decide to go with the shaded area route, you're literally limiting yourself to those shaded areas because you're too afraid to go into the sunlight. So the diffuser would work with that aspect, but if you don't know how to use the diffuser, if you're just starting out and you're sticking to those shaded areas as a natural light photographer, then the client might ask to shoot in a bright sunny area with a beautiful spot that they really wanted to shoot in, and you're gonna have to take those photos. So you might as well learn how to either use that diffuser with natural light or use off-camera flash to fill in the shadows that might be very prominent on the subject's face. One thing I did forget to mention when it comes to using the diffuser is that you are going to be diffusing the light on the subject, but it's still going to be very harsh and brightly lit on the background. And while you could do a little bit of things in post-production to reduce the exposure of the background, it's just going to be better to get those results straight out of camera with off-camera flash. In low light scenarios like at night outdoors or just dimly lit areas indoors, such as like an event that's dimly lit, you're definitely going to benefit from learning how to use off-camera flash, or at the very least, learning how to use off-camera lighting like an LED continuous light source. By not knowing how to use lighting in those scenarios, you're going to be at the mercy of the constant light, the available light that's going to be in those scenarios, such as very nasty overhead greenly tinted cheap LEDs, or very nasty mixed color DJ lighting. The great thing about those low light scenarios is that you don't need a lot of flash at all. You can get by with even a small flash like this one. This is the Flashpoint Zoom Lithium Ion for Sony, but you can use whatever brand is your brand. If you're just starting out with lighting and you don't know where to start, then I would probably recommend at least 3 of the rechargeable rectangular LEDs. There's many brands out there. I'll leave links to some in the comments or description area below. But at the very least, you want to learn how to do that because that'll give you very dynamic lighting in those low light scenarios. In this last scenario, let's imagine it's going to be the perfect conditions for natural light photography, which is a nice cloudy overcast day. Let's say that you're doing a shoot and you and your client both like the images or really love those images, but then you or the client have an idea in mind that requires off-camera flash. Well, obviously in that case, it's going to be good to know how to use off-camera flash. Of course, there are things like client expectations, so they should know ahead of time that you do primarily just use natural light. But let's say, for example, they saw a photo online that they really liked and they wanted to see if you can take that photo and it required off-camera flash. Well, of course, it's going to be good to know how to use off-camera flash. Over the years, I have seen some wedding photographers who shoot primarily with natural light use off-camera flash for a couple of different images throughout the wedding day to really stand out amongst the rest of the photos. I believe they call them the hero images, or at least some photographers call it the hero images. And those are images that are going to be either the cover of the album or just really important images that are going to be ones that might be printed big. In a recent video that I did with my wife reacting to different photography TikToks that used off-camera flash, there were 2 videos where the photographers in those videos used off-camera flash to really transform the images that they took. They were bright light conditions, but they used off-camera flash to really make the ambient light very, very low and make the subjects in those photos really stand out even though it was a bright day. And that's pretty much my point here, is that you can use off-camera flash to really create some unique images, and that's going to be beneficial to you amongst the different competition in your area. And that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me in the comment section below, but I really do think it's beneficial to learn off-camera flash. I mean, it's literally better than just knowing one thing, but now you know 2 things. So it's better to learn both styles, natural light and off-camera flash. I want to give one last thanks to Adorama for sponsoring this video, because when they do that, it allows me to keep making free content for you guys. So definitely check them out. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.